Welcome back, everyone. Today we're jumping straight into a brand new explainer, and we are unpacking the deeply beloved tale of Ranochidia. On the surface, it's a simple magical story, but man, the lessons hidden inside are profound. We're going to explore what actually happens when extraordinary power just randomly drops into a quiet forest. And as you'll see, the true measure of that power literally always comes down to the character of the person holding it. So, here's a classic high-stakes dilemma for us to kick things off. What happens when ultimate magic falls into the absolute wrong hands? Seriously, imagine limitless power meeting just completely greedy intentions. How quickly do you think paradise turns into absolute chaos? Keep that exact thought in the back of your mind as we journey into the heart of our story today. Let's set the scene. We are in the dense, vibrant forest of Sundarvan, and we've got Ranochidia, our incredibly hardworking protagonist, huddled up with her tiny daughter Gudia in their super fragile grass nest. But nature? Well, nature is being entirely unforgiving today. A terrifying, totally life-threatening storm has just rolled in. We're talking fierce winds, torrential rain, basically threatening to blow away everything they own. Now, in the face of this booming, terrifying storm, Renaud doesn't freeze, she doesn't panic. Her selfless maternal instinct just kicks right in. She looks at her daughter and says, "Do not fear, my child. I will go into the forest to find sturdy leaves and dry wood." And she actually does it. She bravely ventures out into this dangerous, howling weather, literally risking her own life to protect her little one. So she's out there desperately searching for strong twigs, fighting against this terrible wind, right? And she eventually makes her way to the oldest banyan tree in the forest. And right there, she makes a breathtaking discovery. Just lying on the ground is the fabled Shakalaka Boom Boom pencil. And it's not just sitting there, it is radiating this incredible, otherworldly glowing light. Okay, so how does this fabled object actually work? Well, the Shakalaka Boom Boom pencil is this magical tool that turns whatever you draw into reality. But, and this is a massive but, there is an uncompromising catch. It works only, and I mean absolutely only, when it's used with pure intentions and for good deeds. In fact, the voice of the magic itself tells Rano she actually earned it through her honesty and hard work. This strict rule is absolutely vital, and it sets up some brilliant dramatic irony that we are going to see play out very soon. Let's actually see this magic in action. Rhino uses it exactly as it's intended to be used, completely selflessly and out of pure necessity. First thing, she draws a plate of warm food, rice, sweet rotis, some fresh apples. Then, with the rain still pouring down on her child, she sketches out a safe, beautiful, massive grass palace on a really sturdy branch. And boom, with the burst of light, the magic instantly brings them to life. Just like that, she saves her family from the freezing storm. But every good fable needs solid foil, and the contrast here is just stark. On one side, we've got Ranochidia, hardworking, honest, completely selfless. But on the other side, we have her neighbor, Kalu the crow. And Kalu is lazy, greedy, and super deceitful. So while Rana is busy securing her family's safety, Kalu and his wife Gori are literally spying on her through the rain, boiling with immense jealousy, already plotting how to steal her newly found prosperity. And that intense jealousy leads right into a really cunning deception. Prompted by his wife, Kalu hatches this manipulative little plan. He heads over to Rano's new door, shivering, wrapping his wings around himself, entirely pretending to be freezing and starving from the storm. He is completely exploiting Rano's well-known kindness. And what's wonderfully tragic about this part is that little Gadea accurately warns her mom. She knows Kalu is deceitful and shouldn't be trusted. But honestly, Kalu plays his part perfectly. Rano's response here really reveals the absolute purity of her character. She tells her daughter, even if an enemy comes to your door in times of trouble, you must help them. Wow. That is a profound moral stance. She doesn't hesitate. She doesn't hold a grudge. She just welcomes the shivering crow inside, feeds him hot soup, and even starts using her new pencil to draw him a safe home. She literally represents the highest ideals of compassion. But Kalu's intentions? Yeah, they remain completely dark, and that leads to the ultimate betrayal. In the dead of night, after an exhausted Rano falls into a deep sleep, Kalu strikes. He sneaks right over and snatches the glowing magic pencil from beneath her pillow. And as he's flying away into the dark, he's already plotting his dominance, bragging to himself that he's going to use this power to become the richest, most powerful bird in the entire forest. Well, let's look at Kalu's attempt at magic, which builds into an absolutely disastrous, incredibly comedic failure.
See, because his heart is impure, and let's be real, his drawing skills are also terrible, the magic completely rebels. First, he tries to draw Gold Palace. What does he get? The magic drops a huge pile of crushing rocks right on his nest. Okay, so then he tries to draw sweet treats and dry fruits. Instead, giant bitter gourds, corellas, and thorny bushes literally rain from the sky. And to top it all off, complete chaos ensues when a massive swarm of angry bees materializes and goes straight on the attack.
Oh man, the absolute panic. Just imagine the scene here. Kalu is screeching, "Save me, the magic has attacked us! My eyes and beak are swollen." He and Gudri are frantically running through the forest, flapping their wings wildly, completely trapped by thorny bushes and buzzing bees. Talk about a spectacular backfire. They're quite literally being physically punished by the immediate manifestation of their own greed. But the story doesn't just end with them getting punished. All this loud noise obviously alerts the other forest animals. Mitu the parrot and Bulbul the doctor urgently summon Rano to the chaotic scene. So Rano arrives, and she finds the thieves totally trapped, swollen, and begging for their lives. It serves as the ultimate proof to everyone watching that taking shortcuts and harboring bad intentions, yeah, it backfires spectacularly. So what does Rano do? Does she just stand there and let them suffer? Nope. She demonstrates true, unbelievable forgiveness. Rano calmly walks over and retrieves the dropped pencil from the ground. Then, she swiftly draws a tranquil flower garden with sweet water and a beautiful umbrella just for the bees. And instantly, the angry swarm calms down and moves over to the flowers. Rano once again uses the magic entirely selflessly, saving the very birds who robbed her in the first place. Ultimate grace under pressure. And that brings us to the core of our explainer today. Let's look at the timeless takeaways we can extract from this fable. First, hard work yields the sweetest fruit. Second, greed and theft always lead to destruction, as Kalu definitely learned the hard way. Third, helping those in trouble is a high duty. And finally, the big one, true magic requires pure intentions and honesty. You simply cannot cheat the system of good character. Which brings us to our resolution and a truly happy forest. Kalu is deeply, deeply ashamed of what he did. He begs for forgiveness and genuinely decides to reform, promising he's going to build his own nest with hard work from now on. Meanwhile, Rano, with her boundless generosity, uses the pencil to draw safe, beautiful homes for every single homeless bird in Sundarban. Her pure intentions didn't just save her own family, they literally brought lasting peace, unity, and prosperity to the entire forest. And this leaves us with an incredibly powerful final thought. If your deepest intentions were put to the test right now, what would a magic pencil draw for you? Would it manifest a beautiful, peaceful garden or a chaotic pile of bitter gourds? It's definitely something we should all reflect on. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. If this sparked some curiosity or maybe made you think about the true magic in your own character, be sure to share this with someone who'd love it. Keep learning and keep your intentions pure.